Okay, every day I get a little more fascinated with combining our team, like labor arbitrage, offshore talent, intermixed with AI to dramatically change gross margins in a business to improve cost to customer acquisition. I'm going to show you something I just did today, a real analysis. Again, this would have taken me, my human brain would have made a subjective decision, and or it would have taken me eons to comb through this data to make an informed decision. I actually had it done in minutes. I went on a walk, like literally let it compute itself. While I went on a walk, when I came back, it made the decision for me. So let me give you situation, opportunity, resolution. Situation, Gartner conference coming up in a few weeks. Now, our ideal customer profile is actually SMB lower mid-market, so under 500 employees. Gartner conference, a lot of big names go there, but what we know are going to be there is chief revenue officers and chief marketing officers. But what is the percentage chance that I bump into my ideal customer profile? So I'm going to show you the analysis. Team was able to, number one, and this is where you use the offshore team, scrape publicly available data, get an example of a Gartner list from past attendees or from any lists might be like pre-printed expected lists of attendees. So here's what I asked it. What I asked it was, I want you to analyze, this was a PDF. I want you to analyze all the companies that are going to be at the Gartner conference. And I want you to figure out if our ideal customer profile is 500 employees, what percentage of those people, and it went through every record, what percentage, what's the percentage chance that I'm going to bump into those that meet my ideal customer profile? So here's what it came up with. It spits down to the bottom and it says, listen, you have a 2.4% chance that anyone at that conference is going to be under 500 employees. Of the 1,151 people in that room, there's going to be 28 people that meet my ideal customer profile. Wow, okay. Of those, what I now want you to do is to say, listen, if there's only going to be 28 people that meet my ideal customer profile, what is the chance if I only ever meet 50 people at a conference ever shake 50 people's hands at a conference ever, regardless of how many people are there, what's the percentage chance that this makes sense for me? It's going to cost me $4,000 for a ticket. What's my cost of customer acquisition? Well, you're going to meet one person, 1.2 people, statistically, at that conference that is going to meet your ideal customer profile. And you're going to spend $4,000 to meet that one person. Again, it's just doing cost of customer acquisition math for you. So you're going to spend $4,000 a lead. Well, then I asked it to compared to an event I just did in Salt Lake City, where I had 30 people at a dinner. It cost me, I hosted 30 people at a dinner, cost me $3,000, 4 SQLs, one became a customer already. Well, the cost of the customer acquisition was $4,000, not the cost of lead acquisition. The cost of customer acquisition was $3,000. The cost of lead acquisition is $4,000 just going to Gartner. But my lead acquisition, I already got 4 leads from my 30-person event. So it's telling me it is way better for you to deploy capital, that same amount of money, and host an event than it is to go to the Gartner conference. You can pick a city, grab 30 people, 30 CEOs in a room. You'll get 4 leads. You'll win a deal. That's way better deploying of capital than is going to the Gartner conference. So this is a rudimentary example using deep research. This is the compounded effect. You use offshore talent, scrape data, grab data, pull anything you want in. Use ChatGPT, put it all together. Use these labor arbitrages to completely change your gross margins, cost of customer acquisition. It is incredible. I wanted to be able to share these ideas with you to get your noodle cooking on what is possible. Look at this, the ability to be able to analyze how I can spend $4,000. Now I could run a conference in Chicago, have 40 or 50 people at that conference for a dinner, get 6, 7, 8 people as sales qualified opportunities, win 1 or 2 customers. It is way better return on investment that would be the $4,000 ticket at Gardner.